Yeah, everybody now is on either an in-lap, as you'd assume Alex Marquez must be now, or on an out-lap at this stage. We're riding on board with Pecco Bagnaia, who's already been in a qualifying one already this season. Think back to the first round of the season in Buriram, when, of course, he was the one who got balked by Frankie Morbidelli on that particular occasion. Some serious pressure on the shoulders of the double MotoGP world champion here.
Yeah, there's a bit of a tech issue here as well for Bagnaia. Just on the left-hand side of the handlebars, we follow him back into pit lane. Just asking his mechanics just to run the roll over that potential issue. Just looking at the front tyre selection, because as we've seen, Alex Marquez on that fresh medium front was able to ping in the best time of the day so far. The few and far between riders that are favouring the medium at the end of the session, Morbidelli still out of the medium, Rins, the Gian Antonio and Alex Marquez. Everybody else though prefers the sort of the better turning performance, the better entry speed that the soft front will give you. Who is making the correct pick late on it? Into the final 5 minutes we go then. A big 5 minutes you feel for the likes of Bagnaia in 10th, Vinales in 11th in particular. Those two names really jump off the timesheets as ones to watch. Aldeguer off the back of his double podium in Le Mans, down in 15th as it stands right now.
So Bagnaia is right up behind Marco Bezzecchi at the moment, which might not be a bad place to be. Bezzecchi currently second on the factory Aprilia. Fastest first and second sectors have now come in from Jack Miller on the Pramac Yamaha. He's currently 7th. Marc Marquez also goes red at the first sector.
Yeah, we pick up the field going through here. Brooklands into now Luffield we go. We're just looking ahead now to Bastianini. Is the beast sort of, I'm not going to say sluggish pace because he's still riding a pretty rapid speed around Silverstone, but compared to the likes of Marc Marquez and Miller & Co, this could be costly here for 93. Through Copse we go.
He's not going to want to follow Bastianini through Maggots and Beckett's if he can help it, but I don't think he's going to have a choice here, is Marc Marquez. Bastianini has said throughout pre-season testing, through the long, fast corners, he struggles to turn that KTM, and Marc Marquez is going to have a face full of it.
Yeah, now coming towards the back end of Maggots and Beckett's. Flick it hard left there now as we go through Chapel. Just look how much time Marquez has lost, stuck behind the beast. Through Maggots and Beckett's, he's lost pretty much, what, half a second. Jack Miller goes second. Awesome by Thriller Miller, 57.642. Surely Miller's in Q2.
So his teammate, Miguel Oliveira's just gone 9th on the other Pramac Yamaha. So at the moment, all 4 Yamahas are in the top 10, and Pecco Bagnaia is not. This lap will not lift him back up. He's a second off the pace. He's dropped a further rider back down the queue. Of course, he was right behind Bezzecchi a moment ago. Quartararo now going quickly, but Bagnaia with 2.5 minutes to go. He's got this and one more lap to rescue his Friday.
Boy, does he need it. Quartararo, pole in Jerez. Pole last time out in Le Mans, to the joy of his home crowd. Threatening another P1 in this session. Of course, can he make it 3 successive poles at 3 of our most classic Grand Prix venues? That will be some triple header, wouldn't it? Pole in Jerez, pole in Le Mans, and then pole in Silverstone. His main goal right now, his only priority, is to make sure that he's inside that top 10 in, what, about 128 seconds time. Over the line, Quartararo comes, 7th to 1st. Wow. Brilliant. What a last sector. What a last sector. He absolutely nailed it. So close. So close to an all-time lap record as well. Fabio Quartararo, a 57.342. Where does he keep finding these incredible time attacks from? A whisker away from Malaysia Spargo's 57.309, which remains just our Silverstone all-time lap record.
Losing 10 minutes this morning didn't inconvenience him too much, did it? Quartararo quickest by 1/4 of a second now from Alex Marquez. Bagnaia is improving on his current lap. That would potentially nudge Alex Rins out of the top 10. Although Rins also on a personal best. He's, of course, in that high-speed train up behind Marc Marquez, who's threatening Quartararo's current session-topping time.
Yeah, the showdowns on Saturday mornings of late in Q2 have been between Quartararo and Marc. The fights for pole position, the fight for P1 on Friday afternoon here in Silverstone. Looks like once again it could be Quartararo versus Marc. Here is Bagnaia then. He needs to find a big lap. At the moment, he is on course for the top 10, shadowing his great friend Marco Bezzecchi down into Vale. This is turn 16, 2 corners to go. The 2 Italians now, side by side. Coming through 17 we go. 1 corner left. Bagnaia out of Q2 as it stands right now. That's more like it. Now, is that 57.703 good enough? Surely it is. Marc Marquez up to 4th with a 57.655.
And once again, you saw the gap that Quartararo pulled out on Marc Marquez in that final sector. Marc Marquez lost a quarter of a second to the Yamaha through that final sector of the lap. So Marc Marquez, best he can do is a 57.6. He will be 4th at best at the end of this session. Pedro Acosta looking to ensure that at least one KTM goes through to the top 10. So at the moment, none of them are.
Yeah, a great week so far for KTM, with their sort of future looking secured after their winter financial crisis. But at the moment, they are not marking that good news with a spot in Q2 at the moment. It's all on Acosta and Binder at the moment, 14th and 17th, as you can see on the graphic. Alex Marquez fancies a late crack at Quartararo here. 157.342 looks like it's going to be the best time of the session. Here come the two factory KTMs, and Acosta has crept in, a 57.865. Acosta punts out Joan Mir on the factory Honda. Mir, of course, at one stage in that session was the pace setter. Nothing going for Binder, who takes the checker flag. Best he can hope for is 15th.
Acosta's not through yet because Fermin Aldeguer is launching a late attack. So too is Luca Marini. Look at his lap halfway round. If he can keep that up, he could be getting himself into the top 10. Alex Marquez, you feel he's up against it here, because remember how strong Quartararo was through that final sector of the lap. We saw Marc Marquez couldn't match him through there. Can Alex Marquez do it a little bit better as he takes the checkered flag? He goes across line and he does match Quartararo in that final sector. A new all-time lap record.
Yeah, and Aldeguer, well, he delivered some late pain for Acosta in the podium battle in Le Mans, and he has inflicted more agony on Acosta here today, because that late lap from Aldeguer has pushed Acosta out of the top 10. Can Marini now push Aldeguer out of the top 10? Alex Marquez then with a brilliant new all-time lap record. Marini is not able to push Aldeguer out of contention. Pedro Acosta will be getting sick of hearing the name Fermin Aldeguer. He hunted him down and beat him for the podium a couple of weeks ago in Le Mans. But Alex Marquez, that is some lap. Yesterday in the pre-event press conference, Marc Marquez said he feels like his biggest competitors this weekend will be Pecco Bagnaia and Alex Marquez. Well, he doesn't tend to get too many predictions wrong, does he, Mark? And he was spot on here on Practice Friday in Silverstone, because with a new all-time lap record, and he had to find something special to beat Fabio Quartararo, who once again was just pure class on the factory Yamaha. Marquez then fastest with a 157.295. We had the top 13 riders in the 157s.